Hi, I'm Brooke and this is That New Teacher. I am starting my first new year of teaching, but this is not my first year of YouTube. I love documenting and sharing my life, and so I thought I would start off this channel with the ITEACHTOO teacher tag. It was started by Too Cool for Middle School, who has been a huge resource to me this whole summer leading into my first year of teaching junior high English. So why don't you get to know me a little bit and stick around while I answer the ITEACHTOO teacher questions. I literally have 4 minutes until I need to walk out this door, so let's see how fast I can answer all of these questions. I don't get a lot of kid-free time to record videos, so I gotta make the most of it. So the number one question, what do you teach and where? I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade English. I have 2 classes for each of those, and I am teaching in Northern California. Number 2, how long have you been teaching? I have not been teaching. This is my first year teaching. However, I have had my multiple subject teaching credential for California for 5 years. I just haven't used it because babies. Question number 3, did you always know that you wanted to be a teacher? So the short answer to this is no. I started out my college university program in the biology pre-med program, and I was intending to become a pediatrician. Then later, through multiple attempts at chemistry, I couldn't hack it. I wasn't willing to put in hours to become a doctor, and so I went into the field of psychology because I was really interested in that subject area, and I still intended to work with kids. I was thinking of doing a specialty in child and adolescent psychology. Fast forward another few years where I realized I am so empathetic that it like kills me. Like, I can really actually just see myself going completely broken if I went into the psychology field, working with child and adolescent psychology. So I kept my psychology tracked and I got my degree in psychology, but then I went on to do a multiple subject teaching credential program out of college. Question number 4, what is your typical teacher outfit of the day? I don't know yet, you guys. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 6 years, so my typical outfit of the day is a t-shirt and jeans or workout pants. We are going to need to work on that. Number 5, what do you usually bring for lunch? Now, of course, I haven't been working, but I can tell you what I will bring for lunch, and it will be nearly the same every single day. It's kind of embarrassing, but it's who I am. I will be bringing peanut butter and jelly to school every single day, like a child. I just eat really plain. I like it. I don't care, and I don't mind eating the same thing every single day. So I will be bringing peanut butter and jelly with sides. Who knows? I don't know. Number 6, what is one of your favorite books about teaching? My favorite book about teaching so far has been The First Days of School by Harry Wong. I suggest it to all new teachers. It has really helped me focus in on what's important, which is not decorating my bulletin boards. It's understanding how I want my classroom to flow, what I want my classroom values to be, and like who I'm gonna be as a teacher in the classroom. So First Days of School by Harry Wong, I can also link that for you in the description below. You can find it on Amazon, or you can find it for $2 on Facebook Marketplace like I did. What is one of your favorite teacher movies? We don't watch movies. Call us boring, but we make videos instead of watching them. Number 8, who was your favorite teacher? He was my freshman history teacher, and then he also was my history teacher again later, and his name was Mr. Susank, and he had high expectations, but he shook our hand every day when we came through. We knew he cared about us, but he also would, like, he gave me a detention for having ankle socks under my pants. We had to wear socks that were 3 inches above our ankles, because ankles, you know, woo, can't see those. So he gave me a detention for having ankle socks under pants, but he still saw like the edge. So he was super strict and had high expectations, but yet he still engaged us in learning and made it relevant to our time. And so that's why Mr. Susank was my favorite teacher in high school. Number 9, who are some of your favorite teacher YouTubers, Instagrammers, and Snapchatters? So I have been watching teacher YouTubes nonstop, but the ones that I have been watching are Too Cool for Middle School and Real Rap with the Reynolds have been really impactful for me. They're both English teachers, which is what I'm going into. They're both secondary teachers, which is what I'm going into, so I've been using them as a really big resource for me, and I highly suggest them to you. Number 10, what is one of your best classroom management tips? I've only been in the classroom as a student teacher, but I would say planning ahead. Like if you can't just decide in the moment. That's kind of like parenting too. Like as a parent, I can't just decide in the moment how I'm gonna be a good parent in that moment when the emotions are flying, when the back and forth is going. Like, you're not going to just decide in that moment the right thing to do. You have to decide ahead of time how you're going to address certain issues before they actually become an issue. So that's my tip in parenting and in teaching. Number 11, what is one reason you decided to become a teacher? The reason I decided to become a teacher is because it's always been kids for me. I've always wanted to work with kids and develop and lead and mentor the next generation. That's always been a passion for me. It's something I always wanted growing up, was for older people to pour into me their knowledge and wisdom, and that is kind of what I want to do for kids as well. And so it's always been that I've wanted to help kids. I maybe started out wanting to be a doctor to kids and then being a psychologist for kids, but here I am and I'm gonna teach, which means I'm probably gonna do all of those things, be a teacher, be a doctor, and a psychiatrist. So that's why I chose to go into teaching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this first video on That New Teacher. I would love for you to join my journey in my first year teaching and to help you out along the way as best as I can as I learn. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.